every week I realize this ain't no sisterhood. It becomes worse and worse. The mudslinging, the pettiness, the all of it, this dysfunctionality shows me just like there's no coming back. There's no coming back, y'all. After tonight's episode, no way we can ever be real sisters again. Okay, no way. Now, if you are new here, I'm Denise Brady. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist who loves reality TV, mental health, pop culture, and all the things. In this season, we have been talking about the Braxtons, and I just feel like watching this episode, so much came up for me as a therapist. How does it get to this point? Let me know in the comments. How does it get to this point? Was it the money? Is it TV? Was it secrets? Do we blame Evelyn? Do we blame Michael Sr.? It's just like, how did we get here? Okay, how did we get here? Now, in tonight's episode, I really want to just, dig deep. Okay, so I need y'all to hit that like button, subscribe, come into the chats. Come into the chats. We get real activated in the comments. Okay, now we start once again with this dinner. The dinner from hell. Okay, the point of no return. And now we're talking about once again the cease and desist. Who sent them people to my house? How'd they find my address? Tamar says. And actually, Trina says, well, it would be right there on the paper where it came from and who sent it. Okay, so it kind of makes me wonder if this dinner thing is a little bit of a scene, a little bit of a storyline. And I'm starting to think that maybe the person who sent it, they don't want to say their name because the person's not sitting at this table. So in my mind, I'm thinking that it was the brother. The brother is the one who sent it. And since they never mention his name on TV, they never mention him at all. Let's just make a scene out of it. Let's just do some extras. Okay, and that's just what Tamar did. Okay, who gave this man my address? Putting my son's life at safety. It's all about safety of my son. I pride myself in trying to make sure he's safe. My address is not out there. Lies. Okay, that's a lie. It's not about your son's safety. It's about calling somebody out and making it clear that one of y'all sent them people to my house. And Tamar actually says the name ain't even in her house. The house is not even in her name. So clock that. But you was over there saying that you put a down payment on Towanda house when your name not even in your house. Where the money at? What's really going on? What's really going on? Trey just sitting there like, huh? What's going on? Okay. Now it comes back to this down payment. Tamar and Towanda are arguing over the down payment. Was it a loan? Was it a gift? Was it just to show proof of funds? Okay. Now I'm on my second house. Okay. Before I turned 40, I bought my second house. Okay. So I know about showing proof of funds in your account. Now it could have been, yeah, as I believe one of them said it was so much chaos going on that the $30,000, $35,000 was to show proof to the lender that you got money, which clock it, you couldn't afford the house. If you was having to do all them things to show proof of funds, you didn't have the funds. You knew from the beginning you couldn't afford this house, you couldn't pay for it. But once again, it's probably symptoms of keeping up with the Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses. It's okay, y'all, to live in a townhouse. It's okay to get you a little piece of home. A little condo. These mansions that y'all can't keep up with is going to cause y'all to be in the pole house. You might already be in the pole house, okay? But why we got to keep trying to keep up with the Joneses? Okay? Now, was it a loan? And if it was a loan, I'm sure that Towanda has been living in that house for quite some time. Why are you just now asking for the money back? I've never heard this thing about it being a loan. In the previous seasons on Braxton Family Values, up until now, so it's the opportunity to sling mud against one another. It's the opportunity to be petty. It's the opportunity to bring up shit about one another. Okay. But there's a part that also probably knows that at the time, Tamar knew that her sister couldn't give her back that 35,000. So maybe it was a loan that turned into a gift because I know you ain't got it. You don't got it. And so I think money is at the root of a lot of the trauma that these women have with one another. Um, Throwing accusations back and forth about who slept with who. I believe Tamar. I'm sorry, but I believe her. Because once she threw out that name saying that, oh, Towanda slept with Toni man, probably back in the day. Some old beef. Oh, Towanda got activated. A hit dog will holla. Okay, Towanda got straight activated. Y'all notice that after that name got brought up? Then they got to the shut the F up. Well, itch fuck you. And that's when we see Michelle. We see Toni Michelle. Okay, because it comes down to Birdman's name getting brought up. And we kind of have wondered how the hell did Toni marry Birdman? Because Toni didn't marry Birdman, Michelle did. Michelle is Toni's alter ego. And that's the real person that we never see who is in love with Birdman. This Toni, as Towanda kept saying, you're classy. You're classy. Don't go there. You're classy. Toni is just like the rest of them. She just hides it very well. Okay, she hides it very well. And they also start arguing about inviting Ashley onto the show. Tamar says, Toni and I spoke about bringing her onto the show to have a voice and share her story. And Toni continues like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. But in her confessional, well, actually, maybe I did say that. Maybe I did say that. So it lets me know Michelle is in there. Okay. On the show, we get Toni, but behind the scenes is Michelle. Okay. It's all about Michelle. And they start talking about one another. And one thing that comes up that Toni says, she's not sure if her sister likes to be infamous or famous. And I was like, oh, boo, you clocking your sister. I think she does enjoy being infamous more than famous. Being infamous gets me attention, gets me money. Does being famous. And I think a lot of celebrities enjoy being infamous and not being famous. Fame comes with a lot of, invasion of privacy, a lot of work. Being infamous catches them checks. So I do believe that Tamar is a person who enjoys being infamous if she does not know it herself. Okay. But they all had to know that Ashley was going to come on this show, especially with Tamar. I saw the credits at the end. She a producer. I'm sure they see the storyboard. They see all of it lined up for the season. What we going to talk about? What's the story frame? What scene is Ashley going to come in on? They all knew. So once again, they faking the funk. They know what's up. They knew what was about to happen this season. But we got to get up here and have something to argue about. We have so much. Okay, so much. And then we get more of the bitch, I will fuck you up. More of the ugly and Toni comes out. We got wigs pulling, people being kicked and tripped. And Towanda says to Toni, you need to press charges. You need to press charges on your sister. Why was that ever an option? And of course, only Towanda would say you need to press charges on her. It just shows me that low down, dirty Towanda, she don't care. She don't care about her sisters. She don't care about getting one of them arrested would cause even more harm. And it gets me to the question of, does she hate her sister? To suggest to another sister, let's call the police. Let's get her locked up. But this is the same Towanda we have seen over and over again. Why my sister's not here? Why they not showing up for me? Why? I do everything for them, they don't show up for me. Girl, you lying. You lying for these cameras. Okay, you got the tears on. Okay, it's giving Lisa Barlow. Soon as you get called out, soon as you they got all the facts that it's you, it's the tears, it's a deflection. Okay, it's a deflection. And I really think that this was a setup to expose them. I think this little dinner, I think Tamar wants to expose the family for all the secrets and that I am not the problem. Or maybe it's that I'm not the only problem. Maybe I'll say that. I'm not the only problem. There's problems amongst us that just aren't me. Okay. But I think she exposed them. She exposed the lies, the secrets, but nobody is going to focus on that because of the distractions of Tamar's actions. But Tamar to me exposed them at that dinner. But I just don't think there's any coming back from this. And this is just what they showed us. Imagine, all the stuff they couldn't show us or didn't have time to in what a 42, 45-minute episode. But it's sad to see us get to this point where you calling your sister a bitch, y'all pulling wigs, threatening to arrest folks, all leading up to Tawanda's wedding. Okay. This is all supposed to be about her season of getting married. But it's really a season of chaos again, secrets exposed. And Tamar is like, I'm just going to expose the whole family. They want to keep blaming me. We're not going to do that this season. I'm going to expose y'all. So I believe the thing that Tamar said about sleeping with Tony's man, especially when Towanda was like, get her arrested. That was somebody who was like, oh, you think you got one up on me? I'm about to get you arrested. That was vengeful. Towanda is a vengeful person. And you have to really watch yourself around people like that because they will do whatever. They will do whatever it takes. Okay. But Towanda is a piece of work saying, oh, let's call the police, Toni. Get her arrested. I was just like, damn, you hate your sister that much. Know what that could cost, Tamar's son, people working on this production team that have to hold production because she get arrested. All the people who cash their checks off this show. And we gotta put production on pause because we gotta wait till wait till Tamar got out of jail. Like, why would you even suggest that? Towanda and Trina preparing for her Bridgerton bridal shower. And we're gonna talk more about that when we go live. Okay, we're gonna go live and talk about that. Cause it was giving Halloween party. All right. Before I get there, we see them at the bridal store. Towanda says she doesn't want no negative energy. And I believe, even we saw Married to Medicine, there was this last year, Black people want to have all these Bridgerton experiences, these parties, but you gotta do it right. You can't do it like you was at Spirit, going down the aisles looking up wigs and Halloween costumes. You gotta do it with some money. And I will say, I feel like Married to Medicine did it with some money. Okay, it wasn't on no We budget. It was on a Bravo budget. So during this time, she's like, we're classy ladies. You wasn't classy at that dinner table. The classiness thing is a facade. It's not real. It's what they want the audience to believe. But where's the class? And this to me is the difference between words and actions. You can call yourself classy, but where are the actions? I don't see actions that show me classiness. Okay. And we see during this time, the ladies are getting together, her friends. What she call her? A lady of honor, different people coming into play. And so she calls Toni. Okay. And she's like, "Oh, I'm just so excited, and I can't wait to see you." And Tony's like, "Yeah, I'm in Miami. Welcome to Miami. I won't be there." Tawanda's like, "What? You're not coming? How could she? How's it that she knew about this for 8 months and she didn't put it off on the calendar and block it off? Cause of money. I gotta pay for all y'all lives. I can't afford to lose no money." And right before this scene, we actually got I forgot, we got Tony in the car, unfortunately learned about Angie Stone's passing during the car accident. And I guess a lot of, Tony's background singers and people who were on stage with her in production actually work with Angie's team also. So we get this scene. At first I was like, is this respectful to kind of bring up, Angie's death for your show? But I get that they were maybe friends. A lot of people on her team were associated with people who were in that band that evening. But I don't know, it kinda left a bad taste in my mouth. Like, was it really respectful of the dead? I don't know. I let me know in the comments, 'cause I was not really feeling that a little bit. And then for her to call her sisters and say that she's not gonna attend the bridal party. And it's like, Tawanda knew that she had to know about the passing. She had to know that, Toni was having some feelings and emotions and a level of grief here. And so even though Toni is going through grief, and you probably know that, there's still a, well, why can't you come anyway? Okay. You're not gonna come? And it's like, well, Tony's kind of grieving, y'all, and still has to make money for y'all, for Mama Evelyn to take care of all these people. And I think she might be still, is she still paying alimony to her ex-husband? But she gotta make it rain for everybody else. I'm sorry I can't come to your little costume party. I got bills to pay, and some of them bills are y'all's. So I can't block off the whole weekend because I gotta make this money. I gotta cash these checks. I gotta cash these checks. And also, we're still coming off of the dinner. And Tony's doctors have told her over and over again to avoid stress. Don't be involved in these situations that cause you more harm than good. And one of those situations is her family. Her family triggers her, they trigger one another. And I just don't think that anyone's allowed to have, I think, individual lives and things outside the enmeshment, because this family is like this. Okay. So Toni is over here trying to do her own thing. It's like, no, why you not glued in like the rest of us? Okay. Why you not glued in? I just felt like there was a lack of maybe compassion, and it was a little bit self-absorbed for Toni to be like, well, this is my day. I'm getting married. I'm getting married. Now also see we see Tamar and her new titties. We see her in her new titties now. Trying to prepare for this EP she got coming out. Now, was the EP a flop based off of the little like things she tried to do to say her teeth was knocked out? Did y'all, buy the EP? Let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. Okay. Maybe I'm missing something. And then we finally get to the Halloween party. Okay, we finally get to the Halloween party, and I want you guys to tell me what do y'all think of the Halloween party? Oh wait, sorry, the bridal shower that was Bridgerton themed. Now we see Towanda getting ready. Tony is of course not attending. Tamar is not invited because of her negative energy. And we see Towanda bring up missing Tracy. The one thing I will say this season is that I haven't seen them really lament so much as they did last season on Tracy passing. It seems like they're trying to have their own lives and not like, I think, holding on to her memory and making money off of it at the same time, if that makes sense. Okay. But she's getting ready when they finally, all are starting to walk in. Okay, they starting to walk in. I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. Whose idea was it? Okay? Whose idea was this? I just don't know. Now, Tawana is upset because Trina is late. Once again, do they really care about me? I show up for them. They don't show up for me as much. Oh, he got on his wig. I didn't realize that. He on his little hair piece. I just noticed that. Okay. And Trina's like, well, I have to make sure Vaughn is good. He's not. I have to hover over him to make sure he's taking care of himself. Always tied to a man. Codependent. When you see me, you see him. And when is Trina going to tell her sister about what's going on with Vaughn? And that's why I'm going through some things, is because I have to make sure my husband's heart is good. So many secrets. So much of the I got to protect the other people before I protect myself, before I take care of myself. It's all about everybody else. Okay. And so it looks like this Bridgerton thing. She said it was at a venue, but it looked like it's at somebody's house. That's Trina in the back. Why is this picture look like Trina is trying hard not to laugh? Oh God. Now is it Give It Bridgerton? Somebody said, I must be looking at something else. I love them and they my girls, but they look like a whole hot, funky mess. uh, did they watch Bridgerton? Somebody said. I thought that was blue face mama in a purple wig. Wow. Tria looks like she missed nap time. I'm all for a theme, but this looks goofy. Not me, that's the comments, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. It just looks like it was a costume party. Somebody said, nope, not like us. Try again. Awful. This was ugly. Somebody said, wait a minute. The lady got her hand resting on Trina's dress. Yeah, this was a mess, y'all. Uh-uh. Y'all. Diggle Vaughn. His skin looking so dark, it just to me it screams like he's having some serious health issues. His eyes are very dark too. I hope after his health scare he got a full panel workup of his health because it just doesn't look very good. And Trina at this point can't afford to lose somebody else. Where's the rest of the decor for it to be a Bridgerton theme? Y'all got some tables with flowers on them, and people showed up in these outfits. These are more photos from the bridal shower. I don't know, y'all. Where do we go from here? Is it sisterhood repairable? We're on episode 4, and we gonna get what, 6 episodes? I'm guessing 8 episodes. I just don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I don't. To get to the point where you or your sisters are just saying whatever to hurt each other. And where was Mama Evelyn this episode? We never saw Mama Evelyn. But it's just sad. The sisterhood is sad. This is not sisterhood. This is not what Tracy wanted. It's terrible. Each episode, we just see how they are crumbling. Cut the cameras, y'all. Cut the cameras. Put them down. I don't need to watch a whole season of y'all hating each other. Cause that's what it's really giving. Y'all hate each other. Oh, is that the girl from Candy Group? Escape? I can't with the hair. I'm not gonna comment, but I just can't with the hair. What's with the cowboy boots too? It's just too much going on between the outfits, the arguing, the hate we've seen amongst these sisters. I need them to just put down the cameras, go away on some retreat, and focus on getting back together. But then again, I don't know if they care. I think they've been so separated. The trauma is so thick and so deep that I don't think it's repairable. It would take some intense therapy and dedication to making things work, but I don't know if you can get, you know, 5 people, the sisters, Evelyn, all to commit to the process. Therapy only works if everyone is committed. And I just don't think everyone is committed at this point. And it's sad to see what used to be sisterhood, what used to be love, what this show used to be about season 1, Braxton family values, the values are no longer there. It's just a bunch of women who get together, collect the check, and move on. Because it also seems like the family is in some financial strife and they're not doing well. Okay, I just don't think the family is doing well. But of course, I want to know what you guys think. Is this repairable? Do you want to see another season of this? Of this? And we still got, her wedding's gonna come up. What else can they put together, slice together? Because it's a bunch of separate scenes. We get a little bit of Toni on stage preparing for her tour. Toni don't want to do this show. Mm-mm. She don't want to do this show. But Toni is very much the face of the family. And now I've seen her do some interview with what's that girl named Tamar Hall, and she's actually openly talking about like, yes, she married Birdman. I believe she's preparing as for a tour that she was on. She was on Tamar Hall. Um, was it a tour that she was promoting, y'all? But the wig she had on during the interview, y'all, I could not. Okay. But it was a couple days ago that she was on Tamar Hall talking about her and Birdman being married. And it's like, oh, you becoming a little bit more open. Okay, you become a little bit more open about your relationship. Okay, Michelle, a little bit more open. But let me know, you guys. What do you guys think about this episode? This ain't sisterhood. This ain't what we want. Okay, this ain't what we want. Telling each other to shut the fuck up, calling each other bitches. I'm gonna throw you in jail. This ain't it. But of course, like the video, subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. And join us for our live. Okay. We are going live. Turn on the notification so you know when we'll be live. Join the chat, join the family. Membership is only $1. Okay. We have a couple new members. So thank you guys for joining the membership, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.